What's up, YouTube? This is True Raw for TV. So the Los Angeles Lakers yesterday um, played the Phoenix Suns. All right, the seventh seeded Lakers versus the second seeded Phoenix Suns. Now the Lakers are trying to become the lowest seeded team ever to win a championship. But one thing that's kind of apparent to me is I know a lot of Laker fans, a lot of LeBron fans, the fanboys, they're trying to say, "Oh man, if LeBron can pull this off, it's such a miracle." But when you listen to people talk, they talk as if the Suns are the underdogs. So what that tells me is that the Lakers really aren't really a seven seed. You know what I'm saying? Like injuries to LeBron and AD for much of the season in a competitive Western Conference, you know what I'm saying, kept them from being a higher seed. If they were a relatively healthy team, they probably would be a top 2 to 3 seed in the West. Now, the only reason why I don't want to say first or I hesitate to say first is because even before the injuries, AD wasn't playing like AD. He didn't come into this season in shape. Um, Maybe even more importantly, mentally, he hasn't really been focused. I agree with the brother Ticket TV. Shout out to Ticket TV. If you're not subscribed to Ticket, please subscribe to Ticket. I agree with his assessment that AD is lacking that hunger. He won a championship last year. We saw a different AD last year. This year, he's not as focused. I think he still has a championship hangover. And he's one of those type of players that, as you see a lot of teams that win a championship and then the next year they flame out because they don't have that hunger. Only the truly greats, those who have that true competitive drive, those are the ones who are almost always a threat every year. They never lose that hunger. Um, so the Lakers lost 99-90 to Phoenix. Um, AD had a horrible fucking game. I think he had 13 points and 7 rebounds. That's not what you expect from AD at all. In 39 minutes of play, that's fucking trash. Drummond had 12 points and 9 rebounds in 19 minutes of play. Now look, there's some evidence to strongly suggest, and I've talked about this and I've warned about this, that the presence of Drummond, although he helps out with his rebounding and cleaning up, the glass, what I'm saying, down low, putbacks and stuff like that, he helps, and that's something that they've been missing this year with the with the departures of guys like Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee. But those guys are a lot more mobile and athletic than Drummond. To me, Drummond is not what he's been advertised to be, which is a great low post defender. I think he's average. I think if Drummond played 25 years ago, he'd be something around maybe I think he'd be something similar to Jason Williams, not the point guard, but the power forward. And I think Williams was a better defender than Drummond. Drummond's just not very agile. Um, Whatever, man. But anyway, the point is that Drummond, I think, is affecting AD's game. All right, he's forcing AD to be out to the perimeter more, and it's apparent in his numbers since he's come back. Yes, AD has had a couple of he had that one great game. He's had a couple of good games, but for the most part, AD looks uncomfortable with Drummond out there on the court, in my opinion. Um, the Lakers did not hit their shots from outside. The Lakers have not been a great 3-point shooting team all year. Schroeder had 14. KCP, who is as inconsistent as you know, Montrezl Harrell, since the acquisition of Andre Drummond, has become more and more irrelevant. He had 12 points and 3 rebounds in 15 minutes. LeBron James had 18 points, 7 rebounds, and 10 assists. But um, my thing with LeBron is this: he has this tendency down the stretch in pressure situations to miss foul shots. I think he was 1 of 4 from the line or something like that. Um, I don't look that's one big Achilles heel with LeBron James. I think he also had a lot of turnovers in this game. And for me, watching LeBron James play, um, it's very apparent to me now. At first I was thinking it was just slight, but now it's becoming more apparent that LeBron James is not the player that he once was. Um, LeBron James was a guy, and I get irritated when people say, "Oh man, you're hating." I'm telling you the fucking truth. I'm telling you how I see things. I don't give a fuck if you don't like what I say. I'm telling you what I'm thinking. I do it with every fucking body, even with Westbrook. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I was the type of person where I give anybody any fucking credit, then yeah, I can understand you call me a hater. But because I say something every now and then about your favorite player that you don't fucking like, and you call me a fucking hater, yeah, I'm gonna block you. Because you're a fucking idiot. Now, um, this is the thing. The LeBron James of his prime, the LeBron James that played in Cleveland and Miami, and I would say the first couple years in his return to Cleveland, that LeBron James was capable, especially I would say the first 10 years of his career. That LeBron James was capable of taking over a game by himself. Um, you have to see LeBron his first 8 years in the NBA. I mean, 7 to 8 years. He's fucking phenomenal. Phenomenal fucking player. Um, just LeBron James is not the same guy. And I've said that in my opinion, LeBron will probably, as LeBron gets older, AD is going to have to take over and be the man. Okay. LeBron said yesterday, I think, that when AD is on, we're the Lakers. Now, you'll never hear Kobe say, when Gasol is on, we're the Lakers. You've never heard Jordan say, hey, when Scottie Pippen is going, hey, we're the Bulls. You have never heard Larry Bird say, well, when Kel McHale is going, he's the leader of this team, and when he's going, he's going to be, we're the Boston Celtics. You know, you've never heard, you get the point. You know what I'm saying? You never heard Jerry West say, well, when Gail Goodrich gets it going, we're the Lakers. We're the team to beat. What I'm trying to say is, I'm not knocking LeBron, but the reality is, he's not the same guy anymore. And AD has to step up. Now I know AD seems to be comfortable in his sidekick role, but for the Lakers to be a championship team, he has to play above himself. Okay? He has to play above himself. Look, like that's what Shaq figured out. Shaq would come into the playoffs and he might have a series where he averages 25 and 10, and that looks nice. But in order for the Lakers to be dominant, Shaq had to play above himself. He had to come out there, and you could say he wasn't playing against the same guys anymore, but Shaq went out there and averaged 40 and fucking 15. Now, I'm not saying AD is fucking Shaq, but bro, you're playing against Aiken. You're playing against, I mean, look, man, there's no reason why AD shouldn't average, in my opinion, for the rest of this series why he shouldn't average 27 and 12 at least. I think he should be averaging 30 and 15, but 27 and 12. Why are you incapable of doing that? I don't understand it. I don't get the passive nature of the Lakers out there. I don't understand it. Now, LeBron James is guaranteed a victory in game 2. I have a feeling the Lakers are going to win game 2. I have a feeling the Lakers are going to win this series in 6. However, if Phoenix comes out there and win game 2, Lakers are in trouble. Okay? Because then all Phoenix has to do is win 2 of the next 5 games, which is very doable. Like right now, Phoenix has to win 3 of the next 6 games to win and eliminate the Lakers. I don't think they're going to do it, but man, if they were to knock off the defending champion Los Angeles Lakers, I think that should definitely help Chris Paul in the MVP race. Even though I think that they don't include the playoffs in their assessment, but man, I mean that has to have some type of psychological effect on the voting. If Chris Paul and the Phoenix Suns are able to knock off the defending champions, Chris Paul has to get some fucking attention at the MVP voting because it seems like it's because look, Curry has been knocked off. He's not in the playoffs, and so him not making the playoffs probably will cause him to lose some MVP votes anyway. That's pretty much it. I think AD needs to step up. The others need to step up and make some shots. Um, I think Schroeder needs to have a big game. Did Kuzma even do anything? Let me see something. 0 fucking points. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? 19 minutes, 0 points. Yeah, the other guys have to step up for the Lakers because LeBron James is 36 years old. Okay, he's played 260 something playoff games, which is I believe the most ever. Um, Look, at the end of the day, you can't expect this man to carry you. He's not LeBron from 2014. He's not even LeBron from 2017. That was 4 years ago. He's 36, going on 37. He needs help. He kind of reminds me. It kind of reminds me of Michael Jordan in the second three-peat. Yes, he was still a great player, but there were more and more moments where he looked human, and he needed the Hall of Famer Tony Kukoc, the Hall of Famer Scottie Pippen. He needed the others, Steve Kerr and Bushler and Randy Brown and Ron Harper. He needed those guys to step up defensively and offensively to take some of the load off him. LeBron has even more wear and tear on him. He's been playing since he was 18 years old. 18. I remember LeBron was a fucking kid running down the court, dunking on every motherfucking body. Going to the fucking rack, dunking on fucking Garnett. With no regard for human life. I mean, he was a fucking burst of energy. He was a fucking whirlwind up the court. LeBron is slowing down. And people got to understand he needs help now. So the Lakers to win a championship, these other guys got to step the fuck up. Period. Ain't no excuses. These other guys got to step up, especially AD. Okay? It's on him. And ain't no capping for LeBron. LeBron's 36 years old. I don't expect him to put up 30 and triple-double, 30-point triple-double every fucking night. It's up to AD. Period. And if he comes out again and plays like that, he deserves to be shitted on. Period. So that's all I got to say. Tell me what you guys think.